check on in with my people. Make sure you like, you share, you subscribe. Because the party don't start till my chat check in. My chat be rocking. My chat be lit. My chat be all up in there, be. Yeah, what's going on with my people? Checking in with my people. You like, you share, you subscribe. Because the party don't start till my chat check in. My chat be rocking. My chat be lit. My chat be all up in there, be. Salute, chat. Big salute, big salute, big salute, big salute. Big salute to all my loved ones, support goons, support squad. Big salute to all my big angels. Big salute, big angels. You know I love my big angels. And big salute to all the righteous revolutionaries. Big salute, righteous revolutionaries. Hey, righteous revolutionaries, remember, head up, chest out, remain stout, steadfast. And big salute to everybody that's tuning in, tapping in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Big salute to the chat. Big salute, J.P.T. Yeah, make sure I hit that subscribe button as y'all tuning in, tapping in. You know, we just talking business. Yeah, we just talking business, y'all. Yeah. Question and answers. How to do international business inside or outside of America. So this is pretty much an open business discussion. Yeah, this is pretty much an open business discussion for all my business heads out there, all my people that's trying to figure out ways to make them some money. International, whether it's international or domestic, you know. I'm pretty sure you got questions, intelligent questions, so I'll try to give you the most intelligent answer I can. Meech gang, big salute, Meech gang. Big salute, Meech gang. Big salute, J.P.T. Arabic writing, I don't know. Hit that subscribe button as y'all tuning in, tapping in, because we only gonna be interacting and engaging with subscribers. So hit that subscribe button and come on, interact, engage with me. Come on, interact and engage. How to build an international business inside or outside of America. Q&A, y'all. Q&A. I give y'all my perspective. Let's try to keep it on topic. We talking about doing business. We talking about money. Yeah, that's the topic of conversation. Topic of conversation. But big salute to everybody that's tuning in, tapping in. So how do you build? What's the first block that you need to build an international business. First block you need is business registration. Your proper documentation, paperwork, proper paperwork. That's number one. Number two, no, number one should be your vision or idea. Should be the first building block. Number two, register it. Yeah, register it. Get some paperwork on it. That way it's yours and nobody else's. Unless, of course, you have business partners or people that you're doing business with. But other than that, make sure you have your proper business paperwork. And that'll make, wise people more willing to do business with you. And when you go to different countries, depending on where you have your business registered, when you go to different countries, that'll make you, in the eyes of the people that's gonna stamp your visa, that'll determine to them whether you could be an asset or a liability to the country. That will set the tone of your stay. Will you be treated like a tourist? Will you be treated like a business-minded individual? Will you be treated like a retiree? Will you be treated like a digital nomad? These are some things that you need to take in consideration when you begin to... Got a lizard on my floor. When you begin to make your moves and establish yourself. These are things to definitely take into consideration. I always recommend people, when you're going abroad, when you go abroad, have a goal, have a mission, have a plan. If you're not just being a tourist, moving abroad to get away from America or whatever country you're in, do some research, do your due diligence. But especially, I could speak on moving from America. Like, I've been more successful outside of America, legitly, than my whole time living in America or being an American citizen. So, I look at that as a positive, because now, if I was to go back to America, at least I have something. I have something to show. I am more valuable. Jelly Bean, what up though, Jelly Bean? Yeah, I'm more valuable. And that's how you add value to yourself too. Making yourself an entity. Yeah, making yourself another entity. Yep, that's another way you add value to yourself. So that's definitely a plus. International business. Yep. And if you got it to register your business in multiple countries, that's also a plus. Yeah, that's also a plus. So I definitely business registration. First your idea, then register it. Write it down, put it on paper. When I tell people to write things down, that's your business plan. That's your blueprint. Because I had people have jokes. He said, get you a notebook and write it down. Yeah, that's your business plan. That is your personal blueprint. Just like a rapper writes raps and he can sell those raps, you can write out a blueprint to a business and sell that blueprint for some money. You know, if your idea is catchy enough, like a rap lyric, then it could definitely be valuable. Like take for example, one of my businesses. One of the main businesses that I'm focused on is called Armor of God Jewelry Company. Stamped and approved. Burkina Faso. I got a whole packet folder full of my documentation. So after you form your first building block, this could be your foundation. Like building a house. Your paperwork, your documentation, your foundation. Your documentation is your foundation. Yes. To you building your entity. You know, am I losing anybody? Is everybody with me? Hit that subscribe button as y'all tuning in, tap in, and feel free to come interact, engage with me in the chat. We're talking about getting money. We're talking about getting business. So you may have to wait 20 minutes, but I guarantee you it'll be worth it. Shalom, Kutty. We need that for documentation. What you mean, John Henry? Big salute, John Henry. What up, sis? Big salute, sis. You know I love you, girl. You know I love you, sis. John Henry, what you mean? We need that for documentation? Yes, this is your documentation. So what you mean, John Henry? I'm not understanding what you're saying. You definitely need your documentation when you're doing any type of business, any type of paperwork. Friend, family, cousin, don't trust it. Yeah, don't trust it. Don't trust it. Because if you do, if you take an L, you just take an L. You know, so I wouldn't do business with friends, family. After what I've learned over these past 5 years, friend, family, only one I do business with without documentation is my mama, Mom Dukes. Anybody else, you know, especially my friends, I want to make sure my friends are comfortable. So I'm gonna make sure they have all their paperwork. And then I want my friends and families and relatives to do things the proper way also. So I'm gonna make sure not to be snaky, but just to be honest, upright, just to have integrity. So I'm gonna preach this to all my people. Even if you do business with me, I want you to come. You haven't I been preaching that? Anybody who sent me a donation, anything, when you pull up to Burkina Faso, God willing, you will be able to. I want you to come get your documentation. Be a member of the Armor of God Jewelry Company. Yeah, we draped up, dripped out in the armor of God. Yeah, we draped up and dripped out in the armor of God. Oh, it's a beautiful thing. I wouldn't want to have nobody else armor on but God's armor. Because when you got God's armor on, what can hurt you? What can penetrate you? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Especially not words. So now me having paperwork and a product. See, God blessed me to have a product first to bring to y'all. I know it took me some months to get my paperwork, but that's God's will. God's will must and will be done. Make sure you hit that subscribe button as you're tuning in, tapping in. Subscribe. But this is an open business discussion. Anybody got questions? I'll try to give you the most intelligent, best, straightforward answer I can give you. So talk to me, chat. Y'all know I talk back. Oh, I forgot. The third block. Create you a product. Say be, and it is. Jelly Bean said, I'm a certified professional welder looking to start and grow a mobile welding business. According to Google, an area I can make. Man, you probably can make more than that, Jelly Bean. Because welding, a welder, man, that's in high demand all over the world, Jelly Bean. I'm going to tell you something, Jelly Bean. In Africa, you could become a millionaire as long as you got the tools. Because that's one thing that Africa doesn't have a lot of, is tools. The tools are starting to arrive, though. The tools are starting to arrive. So, Jelly Bean, yeah, if America don't appreciate your talent and your skill, take it international. Your talent and your skill will be greatly appreciated. Big salute to you, Jelly Bean. And you certified? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, got to stay dropping them gems for the home team, Monosphere Hall of Fame. Big salute, Monosphere Hall of Fame. Yeah, dropping them gems for the home team. Hey, God gave it to me, so I don't got no choice but to share it. Any way I can motivate my people, Monosphere Hall of Fame. Whether I'm nice about it or whether I'm mean and being an asshole about it. As long as I'm motivating my people, that's all that matters. Lord Hybrid says, how is it to do business in Burkina Faso? How is the government to deal with? Do you have to pay bribes? No. Corruption is a thing that if I know a lot of people haven't been paying attention to the news on Burkina Faso, but corruption has been a big thing that they have been getting rid of. No, I don't have to pay any bribes. That's why it took me so long to get my paperwork. You know, sometimes bribes can be good, sometimes bribes can be bad. But the government, that's not a popular thing in Burkina Faso. If you get caught accepting or asking for bribes in Burkina Faso, they will send you to the front lines. They will send you to go dig trenches, since I think all the terrorists are damn near unalived. They will find ways to increase your integrity. See, one thing that I love about Burkina Faso, this is the land of the upright, the land of integrity. Granted, you do have some people that want a couple extra dollars, but what's $5 or $10, $20 here or there, you know, to make things move a little faster, you know. But dealing with the government, great move. Great move. And if you have to pay a bribe to anybody in any country in Africa, the thing about Africa, the bribes are not expensive. Yeah, that's one thing I've noticed about bribes. Yeah, bribes is just like a lookout. You throw me a little something, I'll look the other way. You know what I'm saying? So bribes can be good if you got it, but if you don't got it, then, hey, bribes can be a hassle and a headache. So it all depends on what, you know, just like, okay, if you a rap artist and you want the DJ to play your song in the club, right? Don't you got to pay him a bribe? If you go to the DMV and you see that long ass line, would you like to pay a bribe to skip the line? So If you're referring to anything like extortion, nah, extortion is um I can't say I've experienced any extortion, but I paid a bribe or two. Yeah, I paid a bribe or two. You know, nothing crazy, just to get paperwork, just to get things on the road. You know, yeah, little tax. Um, Matter of fact, I gotta pay a one-time tax on my business. This business right here, I gotta pay them 20. They giving me 2 months to pay 25,000 CFA. How much is 25,000 CFA, Kutty? For a one-time business tax fee to the state. So that's a good question, Hybrid. USD to CFA. That's $41. One-time tax. One-time fee. $25. Yep. So instead of registering, if I would register the jewelry company in America, how often do you pay business tax in America? Let's Google it. How do you have to pay on an annual basis? Woo. They're gonna make sure they get that money out of you in America, boy. So that's why doing international business outside of America may be a good thing. Registering your business in multiple countries could be a good thing. There's nothing wrong with doing business international and then go live good in America. Because that's what America is set up for rich people. America's not set up for poor people to live a good life. As you can see, all on Instagram, YouTube, all on social media. Rich people only got it good in America. Not the post-struggling mama, the post-struggling daddy. You know, only the rich enjoy the finer things that America got to offer. Yep. Yep. So that's my big three. Your vision and idea, business registration, product creation. Boy, that's a bar, ain't it? Woo! Eggs almost $10 a dozen. See, now when I was telling people to invest in chickens, I bet you a lot of people would have wished they would invest in some chickens. Look, people make Kutty sound like a prophet. But we listen to people say, oh man, ain't nobody gonna buy no chickens and eggs from you. Chickens this, chickens that, eggs this, eggs that. But now look at all the things. Man, big salute, Lord Hybrid, for your humble heart, man. Matter of fact, where my book at? Couple more giveaway, and I think that's what the donation gonna have to be for people to qualify for entry. I mean, any donation qualifies you for entry, but no, $50 donation qualifies you for entry. I'm keeping a list of everybody who's donated so I can add up their donation, and once they hit 50, boom, they in the super chat giveaway. So hold on, Hybrid. Let me write you down real quick. Yeah, I keep my black book. I try to write down all my ideas. Lord Hybrid. Why? Voila. There we go. I got you in there, Lord Hybrid. Big salute for your humble heart. Lord Hybrid say, what would you say are the negatives or things that Americans would not be used to or may not like? Patience. Patience, waiting on the paperwork. Because it's the process. By the government here trying to kill, bribes, corruption, patience. Like my dude told me, my paperwork, it usually take 2 months. It usually take 2 months to get that. That's why I was taking so long. And then plus on my end, by me doing group economics, I had to get everybody together. That was the hardest part. Getting everybody on the same sheet of music. It's 7 of us. So I had to get 6 people on the same sheet of music. Once we got them on the music, then waiting on the paperwork. So, but the beautiful thing is once we sent paperwork in, submitted it, they would send it back and tell us what we was missing. So that was a positive. But the negative, the patience. Oh man, the patience, Lord Hybrid, having patience. Because in Africa, they move on black man time. Yeah, ain't nobody in a rush to do nothing. Now unless you slide something. Slide them $20. Look, not even 20. $5, $10. So, you know, when people be talking about they even got bribed, shit, they must have been around there. Like, I knew somebody out here I was with, just always flex, flex, flex. So when the bribes start hitting, yeah, that's when the Africa got real for them. So don't flex, don't put a target on your back. You know, anywhere in the world, even in America. You see what happened to Sauce Walker and his boy. So many stories, but hey, he had a target. They got targets on their back. They got money. They money bags. Yep. But patience. What are the income tax rates for businesses? How is the banking there? You got to have a bank account to open up a business. So banking easy. Tax rates, like I'm doing I call it a cooperative, a comparative business. So it's a group. So I got to pay a one-time tax to the state of $25. But my other business is structured different. So I think our taxes on that, on the consulting, agriculture, the miscellaneous business, I want to say like maybe like $100, $200. But I think that's a year. So all depends on the structure of your business. It's going to depend on your tax rates. But that's why you got so many Africans that's doing group economics, because it cut off taxes. You know, I'm not worried about paying taxes in America because I don't have my businesses registered in America. I got my businesses registered in Africa. Yep. So I'm not worried about Trump tariff tax unless I'm sending somebody something. I don't know how TSA or what's the people that customs, American customs. Yeah, they'll hit you. They'll hit you with an invoice a month or two after you done got your stuff. But taxes outside of America, that you could deal with it. Yeah, it ain't nothing strenuous. It ain't nothing that you be like, oh man, they trying to kill me. And the bad thing about it is you got Africa making news, like especially Mali, for example. Because you got these $1 million mining companies that don't want to pay. Like if they done made, like you got the mining company from Canada that's in Mali, right? They have never paid taxes the whole time they've been open. So they probably done made over about 300, 400 million. All Mali wanted was shit. Well, I'm just estimating the number. It's in the millions, but I think Mali wanted like 5, 10 million in taxes because they ain't never paid. And they was tripping at first. So they locked the CEO of the mining company up. And they end up paying the taxes. And now that the money's so good for them, they pay all their taxes in advance. So the way it's set up in Burkina Faso, well, I say the AES, Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger. Go ahead and pay your fees and your taxes up front. Yeah, customs. I remember some dude from Ghana say his dad has a cocoa farm, but he has to sell it all to the government. No, he probably ain't got to sell it all to the government. The government probably made an offer he couldn't refuse. Because cocoa, to make chocolate, that's a big business in Africa. All the chocolate in the world, I think more than half of the chocolate in the world is made in Africa. Yeah, you got some chocolate made in Latin America too, South America. Not cocoa beans, cocoa the fruit to make chocolate. The beans are the seeds. Those worth money too. Matter of fact, I got some cocoa seeds back there. But cocoa, yeah, I doubt that if he's selling it to the government, that means they made him an offer that he couldn't refuse. Yeah, because cocoa is a big business. Matter of fact, how much of the world's cocoa comes from West Africa? How much of the 50, damn, 70% of the world's cocoa with Ivory Coast, Cote d'Ivory, and Ghana, Lower Hybrid, being the largest producer, accounting for over 50%. Two countries in Africa supply half to a little bit over 50 to 70% of the world's global production of cocoa. Oh, I'm selling international. I'm gonna hit Asia first, Lower Hybrid. I'm gonna hit the because I got gemstones too. Matter of fact, let me show y'all. These are ones I just picked up the other day. I think one of my next lives gonna be how to make money off rocks. This is a gemstone in its rawest form. I believe it's royal blue jadeite. I haven't tested it out yet. But once I get my tool to buffer it up, make it shine, get all these inclusions off of it, clean that mud off, that raises the value. Once you clean it up, make it shine, make it sparkle, that raises value of rocks. So Asia love jade. So I'm gonna go to where they love jade at. Bangkok, they have a large gym show, and Hong Kong, they have a large gym show. I think I got 5 months to prepare, 5 to 6 months. I think they start in September, and I'm gonna need y'all help to get there. So anybody that really want, you can almost see through this mug. When it rained the other day, I told y'all when it rained, to me, God got something he want to show me. As soon as I went out the other day, riding up the street, this was just sitting there. And they everywhere. Everywhere. God's abundance. I'll let y'all do y'all due diligence and Google and research what blue jade is. I haven't seen any green yet. But when I find some green jade, it's really gonna be on. Yeah, I'm gonna be selling to Africans, everybody. I'm not turning down. Hey, I'm like a dope boy in the trap. I take loose change and all. I'm not turning down nothing to nobody. As long as people paying the price. But I'm gonna start my promotion off in Asia though. Yup. I'm telling you, dudes say in Ghana it's the law. All cocoa farmers have to sell to the government, then the government sells to international markets. I don't know, Lord Hybrid. I don't know. I mean, like we say, hey, they supplying 70% Ghana and Ivory Coast. It's only 2 countries in Africa. They are supplying 70% of the world's chocolate. Lord Hybrid. So that Snickers, do you eat chocolate? Lord Hybrid. I'm pretty sure that chocolate probably came from Ghana or Ivory Coast. It's a 70% chance. So I wouldn't doubt it, Lord Hybrid. But I don't think the government gonna keep all the money though. I'm pretty sure the government breaks some bread with them. That's the first time I heard that. Yeah, so Ghana, it's 54 countries in Africa, Lord Hybrid. 2 out of those 54 countries supply 70%. 70%. Let me say that again, because I know that's going over most people's head. 70% of the world's chocolate. Not just Africa, not just America, the world. Cocoa is what makes chocolate. What else is they bringing, John Henry? What else is they? Come on now, common sense. Don't act so smart that you make yourself look stupid, John Henry. Yeah, West Africa is the world's largest cocoa producer. What is cocoa used for? What is cocoa derives from the seeds of the cocoa tree. It's primarily used to produce chocolate, cocoa butter, and cocoa powder. You know, all black people like cocoa butter, which are then used in various food products, beverages, and even some cosmetics and pharmaceuticals. So, John Henry, you gotta look at what cocoa is used for. I'm pretty sure you use cocoa butter, don't you? You love cocoa butter, you love chocolate. And I know you probably love what's the hot chocolate? Lord Hybrid, I'm not saying that they selling to the international market. What I'm telling you is the government, Ghana's government, probably breaks bread with the farmers. That's the first time I've heard anybody say that Ghanaian government taking all their money. I don't even believe that. And I'm right here, right next to Ghana. Yeah, so they breaking bread. They breaking bread with the farmers. That's just like the shea butter here. That's just like the gold here. Yeah, so they breaking bread with the farmers. Don't think that they not. Yeah, don't never think that they not breaking bread with the farmers. It'll be an uproar. It wouldn't be no cocoa getting grown. Yeah, and I've been through Ghana, so you know, I wouldn't even believe that the Ghanaian government is not. Somebody ought to show me proof that the farmers ain't making no money off their crops. Yeah. Yeah, everybody can sell their products on the free market. Yeah. But that's if the international market don't buy it all up. Like, for instance, peanuts and cashews. A lot of peanuts and cashews come from Africa too. See, what the French people do, they come here and they put their order in before the cashews and stuff can be produced. So it's already bought. Now the farmers got to meet the quota. Same thing with the shea butter. So the farmers, they getting paid. If somebody say that they not getting paid and they farmers in one of these African countries, they lying. Facts, John Henry. I prefer tea. Well, I prefer tea over chocolate and coffee. I don't eat a whole lot of chocolate. If I eat something, it can have a little bit of chocolate in it, but not too much. I mean, Lord Hybrid, that's just something that, see, if I was in Ghana, I could give you a lot more information, but I'm not in Ghana. And the government gonna make sure that the people get paid, because I'm pretty sure before then, when the colonizers was getting the chocolate, the farmers wasn't getting paid. So it's not about what you like and don't like. It's about what you can integrate and what you can do. You know, Lord Hybrid, I feel you though, but it's pros and cons to that. Yeah, it's pros and, because that's a big, it's a money maker. So they gonna make sure the people get. Lord Hybrid, you got to come to Africa and see how them people in Ghana is living. Yeah, so I wouldn't, don't think that they not making no bread just because the government is involved. Sometimes, see, government out here is not like the government in America. Government out here gonna look out for the people. It's the government in America that don't care about the people. That's just like in Burkina Faso. What's going on in Burkina Faso, the government is giving power to the people. So I guess it's all about whatever floats your boat. You know, and then one farmer, them big wigs in the international market, and then there's so many people doing cocoa in Ivory Coast and Ghana. Cocoa getting so is sold all cocoa everywhere out here. Cocoa is plentiful. Yeah, cocoa plentiful. Yeah, cashews, peanuts. Yes, the lady from Nigeria has a collective on the cashews for Costco. I believe that. And she got $1 million contract. The chocolate is overly taxed in Ghana. Oh shit, sis, you ain't seen nothing. You ain't seen what the tax is when they get to Europe and they make the chocolate and then they sell the chocolate back to Africa. Look that up. That's gonna make you mad. And it should be taxed in Ghana because them people making all the money off of it. People don't eat chocolate in Africa like that. It's only Americans and Europeans and Middle Easterns that eat a whole bunch of chocolate candy. Africans, they ain't eating chocolate. Africa, they'll eat the cocoa to get their chocolate feeling. So you gotta think about that too, sis. They getting their money's worth. So Americans, Europeans, and Middle Easterns deserve to get their ass taxed for this raw good chocolate. I agree with that. Because where else they gonna get the chocolate from? So it's time for the outsiders to pay like they weigh. Yep. Oh yeah, Lord Hybrid. Yeah, you'll a lot of things will start making sense when you come visit. Yeah, a lot of things will start making sense. Like my sis say, the chocolate is overly taxed in Ghana. No, it ain't. They getting the money that they supposed to been getting. Because you gotta remember, the people that's not from Africa used to come take for centuries. You gotta remember that. So now they getting their money's worth. The chocolate is a $1 million, probably $1 billion industry. And the people where it's produced at is not getting their money's worth. So now it's time for these people to get their money's worth. Oh yeah, all the colonizers getting kicked out. France, Germany been got kicked out. Portuguese. Now it's all on the African leaders that's been groomed by the Europeans. It's time to get them out the way. Because remember, all skin folk ain't kinfolk. Remember that. There's some Africans out here that's selling their own tribes. Prime example, look at Kenya. Their own people done sold them out. But yeah, anything dealing with agriculture in Africa, yeah, you guaranteed to be a millionaire. Well, Lord Hybrid, before you think about exporting to America, make sure you do your research on the Trump tariff tax. I would make affordable chocolate and make chocolate popular in Africa. You got a bigger market in Africa. There's nobody doing that here. Ain't that crazy? They produce all this chocolate, and chocolate not even popular here. Ain't that crazy? You know what else? All natural gummy bears. Candy. All natural candy. So before anybody talking about exporting to America, you gotta remember Trump got tariff tax in effect right now. Well, what the farmers say, sis? I don't believe that. I don't believe that. That he producing all this cocoa and he ain't making no money. I don't believe that. Why don't he stop growing cocoa and grow something else? You know, I don't believe that one. Cause I'm here, just like Wode Maya here, moving around. And then you know you gotta realize this too. Wode Maya is a big YouTuber. If people hear that this man ain't making no money, people gonna send it. I'm not saying that Wode Maya is helping people scam and scheme, but hey, that's hard to believe. That's the first time I heard that. Yeah, it's the first time I heard that farmers not making no money off the cocoa. I understand they gotta have a deal with the government and all that, break bread with the government. That's understandable. But if they not making $1, come on now. That don't even make sense to y'all. That don't even make sense to y'all. Don't you think it would be more people coming out saying the same thing except one farmer out of 1,000,000? Now, when you get 1,000 farmers out of 1,000,000 saying the same thing, then I could probably believe that. But one farmer out of probably 1,000,000 farmers, nah, I don't believe that. And I'm right here next to it. I would have heard that. Now, I believe that they have organizations like the Cocoa Farmers Organization. Like they got the ladies that do the shea butter. They got to deal with the government, but they getting money. They got a whole factory where all the ladies in all the villages, they'll take the quota that they got to make for the shea butter and take it to the factory to take it to the international market. And then the rest of it, they sell to the village and sell on the street, the free market. Nah, sis, I don't, it ain't no use to me. I'm here already, sis. I'm not worried about one farmer. I'm not worried about it. Now, when it becomes an uproar, then get that video and send it to me. But one farmer, he might have played himself. That's the first time I heard that. But nah, you ain't gotta find it and send it to. I ain't even gonna lie to you, sis. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna watch it. I ain't gonna watch it. Because I'm here. I'm right next to Ghana. Matter of fact, I gotta go to the village right on the border to go check on some gold. I'm already here in the mix. See, y'all gotta remember, keep in mind, I got my boots on the ground. My boots got mud on them. Y'all don't. So I'm not gonna believe everything that I hear like y'all will, because y'all not here. I'm here experiencing, I'm here hearing. I'm meeting people from Togo, Benin, Ghana, Senegal. Matter of fact, my jeweler, they from Senegal. The Gambia. Yeah, I'm one farmer. It's hard to believe. If one farmer saying it. Now, when it becomes an uproar and you got many farmers saying the same thing, then I believe it. But yeah, I ain't even believing that. Yeah, I ain't believing that. Yeah, you getting that backyard boogie though. But thank you though, sis. But you ain't even gotta waste your time looking for it. I'm not in the cocoa no way. I ain't paying that no attention. But just off because I'm dealing with agriculture, I know what they talking about. But that farmer I guarantee he making some money. I don't care what boy Maya talking about. He need to go interview like Selma Mo, because that's the first farmer that he interviewed that say he not making no money. What about all the other farmers? And that farmer that he interviewed, I could probably guarantee you he can't supply the international need. Man, I'm not fucking with, hey, Mr. Real Armstrong, forgive me. What up, Armstrong? Yeah, sit back and listen. Yeah, sit back and listen. Yeah, they must sell to the government. Yeah. The government controls the price. Yeah. No, they wouldn't make more money on the free market. The international market is not free. Well, let me break it down to you like this. When you say free market, what do you mean by free market, Lord Hybrid? What's your definition of free market? Is free market and international market, is that the same thing? Like, what's your definition of free market? That's what I should be asking. Because your definition of free market and my definition of free market might be two different things. And I'm going to tell it to you like this too. If 70% of the world's cocoa, well, we're going to say if 25-30% of the world's cocoa is coming from Ghana, how do you know that farmer can even keep up with his quota? I heard nobody say nothing about that. What's the quota that need to be met? What's the prices? Is he a part of the organization that produces the cocoa? How much cocoa does his farm produce? This is what you got to ask yourself. He might need the government to make money because he don't have access to clientele. That's what you got to think about. Who gonna take him to the international market? Who gonna help him get access? Who gonna help him sell all his cocoa? When you got thousands and probably a million other cocoa farmers. See, these are things that you got to put in perspective when you're doing business. Well, my herbs was too much. What I was talking about was his dad. Oh, man, they getting money. Was his dad? The farmer Wodemaya was talking about was his dad. Oh, man, yeah, Wodemaya put a fast one on y'all. Wodemaya put a fast one on y'all. And what Wodemaya do? What Wodemaya do with that land his dad gave him? Have y'all seen Wodemaya house? Come on, man. Come on, man. Didn't Wodemaya go to college in China? Wodemaya is not your average African. Wodemaya is what you call of the privileged Ghanaians. Keep that in mind too, guys. Wodemaya is not of the poor Africans. Wodemaya went to college in China. That ain't free. Well, it's all about whatever type of deal they got. But Wodemaya daddy making money. His daddy making money. That cocoa paid for Wodemaya to go to school outside of Africa. They making money. See, when you listen to YouTubers, especially people like Wodemaya, you got to eat the meat and you got to spit out the bones. His daddy was the farmer. Yeah, they gotta say, ain't nothing wrong with selling to the government. That's not wrong. The government is helping. Let me just put it to y'all. See, y'all in the American mind state. Y'all not in the African mind state. See, y'all in the American mind state. And saying that, I'm saying that you being in the American mind state, your government does you wrong. Been doing you wrong for generations. The governments in Africa, a lot of them not like that. Yeah, a lot of them not like that. Trust me, if it was a problem with the government helping farmers sell anything, they would be protesting like y'all heard about the people protesting about them stopping them from destroying their ecosystem, using that mercury to take the gold out. Remember when y'all seen that on the news, they was protesting? I wonder why they might ain't cover that. But anyway, yeah, people was protesting mad because they couldn't go make money. But the government had to come let them know, y'all are killing the fish in the rivers that you got to eat. You killing yourself. So the government here, killing the people is not popular. That's only popular in America, guys and girls. So remember that. You in the American mind state. Y'all gotta remember that too. Selling to the government, that's easy. That's easy money. That's easy money. Ain't nothing wrong with them selling to the government. I mean, in your perspective, you might not like it. I don't see nothing wrong with it. That's just like me. When I buy my gold, I gotta buy it from the government. And it's cheaper than the market price. How about that? How about that? That means I could buy my gold from the government here and bring it to America and snatch y'all's drawers off. How about that? See, you gotta think about that too. Yeah, you gotta think about that. See, the international market is different in different sectors of the world. See, when you're doing business in America, the rules and all that apply, the mentality of thinking is different than the mentality of thinking over here. The times are changing, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Did I welcome y'all to the future and the present yet? Welcome to the future. Welcome to the present. Yeah, Lord Hybrid, that's why I say when you come into, you got to do your due diligence. Don't listen to what other people say. When you touch down, you be ready to do your due diligence. See, if you are not familiar, what you do is before you come to Africa, like say if you come into Ghana, you meet you look on Google, find a prominent lawyer, get a consultation. See, this is the problem with Black Americans. They listen to what other people say instead of going to get consulted by professionals. People with paperwork. Only time a Black American or a Black person from America will go get consultation and pay for it is if they gotta go see a lawyer for court. That's the only time. When it come to business and stuff like that, man, Black folks ain't think about going to get no lawyer. Yeah, Black folks ain't. So listen to what I'm saying. Do your due diligence. Do your research. Especially when you go to Ghana. You go tap in with the government. You go talk to all the important people. Don't half-ass do business because you'll set yourself up for failure anywhere in the world. See, John Henry, I wouldn't agree with you on that. See, everybody's points of views, this is why you can't satisfy everybody. This is why you got such a shitstorm going on in America right now. You can't satisfy everybody. Somebody gonna like this, somebody ain't gonna like that. Somebody gonna like it this way, somebody not gonna like it this way. Whatever is better for the people and the progress of the people is what need to fly. But I wouldn't make that law because all black people don't need to come to Africa. Africa's not for all black people. All skin folk is not kinfolk. Some people minds and hearts you can't change. God done sealed them already. Yeah, it's a different system, Lord Hybrid. That's why I say you gotta do your due diligence. You know, see, I can speak on things. I got paperwork. I've been doing my due diligence. See, when you talk to people, tell them to show you some paperwork before you take their advice. If they ain't got no paperwork, I wouldn't necessarily take their advice. Just like you wouldn't go see no lawyer if you don't see their certificates and stuff on the wall, you wouldn't let them represent you in court. So don't travel outside of America with plans on doing business without doing your due diligence. And that's what make my value go up in Burkina Faso, because I'm putting in all the footwork. I'm doing my due diligence. I have certified, stamped, and approved paperwork. So my word holds. I still got a lot of learning to do. I got a lot of questions that I want to ask and I need answers. But my advice could be better than somebody with no paperwork advice. I can guarantee that. But no, it ain't nothing to knock. I mean, that's, you know, I'm not knocking it either. I just don't believe that. If it was a problem, a lot of people would be complaining. You know, they might have just been telling y'all this how it go in Ghana. You know, this product right here is $1 billion product. So they gotta come together. Because just think about it like this. If the cocoa farmers don't come together, there will be cocoa cartels. It will be people taking over people's farms and fighting over farmland. So it's good that the government involved. Just like the avocados that come from Mexico and Latin America. You know they got avocado cartels? So yeah, it's a system that, you know, the average American not used to, but you can get used to it. Trust me. And then coming to a foreign country, that need to be your first friends anyway. Government. I don't recommend nobody going to no African country and planning on relocating or doing business and you ain't got no friends in the government. You're setting yourself up for failure. First time I saw wife Maya, I told him he reminded me of Gary Coleman. Stroke. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so if you don't like, he just said that's how they do it in Ghana. That's how they do it in Burkina Faso. Like I say, the shea butter. It's an organization of women that work with the government to sell shea butter to the international market. That make their job easy. They don't gotta go find clientele. The government will call this village. The government will call that village. How much shea butter y'all got? How much shea butter y'all got? Well, we gonna sell it for this much. We gonna break y'all this. We gonna, yeah. So, you know, the government, yeah, safety. I agree with that. Because if you had one cocoa farmer making all that money, don't you think it'll be some problems? That's just like Big Meats selling all that dope. You got to think about it. You already experienced. I'm not gonna say experience, but you already see the negative effects of not having government control. That's why you got gangs killing. That's why you got dope boys killing, dope girls killing. No control over the drugs. See, if the government controlled the drugs, a lot of that killing would stop. Just prime example, the weed in America. Even though dispensaries are still getting robbed and held up, but a lot less people are getting killed over weed nowadays. Man, big salute, John Henry. Let me add you to the book. Most definitely. I can't stop, won't stop, John Henry. Can't stop, won't stop. It's too good. Just like the system in Burkina Faso. I wasn't used to it, but I got used to it. I like the system here better than in America. Oh, okay. See, I was, the way you put it, Lord Hybrid, it was like it was a bad thing. Yeah, like it was a bad thing. Big salute, John Henry. Big salute, Lord Hybrid. Big salute, sis. What's that? John Henry. I'm gonna add you on here, John Henry. I'm keeping track of everybody that send me something. So just to keep in mind, y'all, if you have donated anything to me, if you plan a trip to Burkina Faso, I already got the foundation set for you. And I could plug you into the information I got with the gold. Plug you in on that too. See, my value done went up. Ever since I got that paperwork, it opened up more doors. To God be the glory. And open up more doors. So now I might not even go to the village. Look at it, I might just get all my goals straight from the government. Facts. He grew up in a farming village, Charlie Gabon. Yeah, he grew up in a farming village. You gotta remember, people out here live simple lives. They only buy things that they want. Well, only fancy things they buy is things that, shit, they may want or need. But let me tell you something about Africa. Anybody that's doing anything dealing with agriculture, they got money. They just might not look like it. Damn, Lord Hybrid. Big salute, Lord Hybrid. Hold on, I'm finna read it in just a second. That's one thing I can tell you. Looks, like Martin Luther King said, don't judge a man by his looks. That's what got the California raisin messed up, going off looks. Don't go off looks, especially in Africa. You'll set yourself up for failure. I learned that of living in the village. You might got people look like they a bum on the street, but they own 20 cows, 5 donkeys, a whole coop of chickens. How's the food there? Oh, the food fresh, natural? Yeah, the food hit. Ladies, man, you'll break your neck. Yeah, they like Americans. Only the humbled Americans. They don't like the arrogant Americans. Yeah, you gotta come here humble, willing to learn, willing to integrate. You know, present yourself as an asset, not a liability. Now, don't present yourself as a charity case like you see some people come do. You'll know who to donate to, and you'll know who not to donate to. I had to learn that the hard way too. But food hidden, Matter of fact, shit, I got me some chicken right here that I shit will cook. I've been eating on this chicken for 2 days. The ladies blow your mind all over Africa. And yeah, they like Americans. It all depend on your vibe. Yeah, it all depend on your vibe. Yeah, it all depend on your vibe, Lord Hybrid. Big salute for that, for your humble heart. Yeah, it do feel like the 90s. It feel like the 90s, and we pay pre-COVID prices for everything. Well, the stuff that's in the pretty market, the stuff that's in the street market, like the fruits, the vegetables, you can get all that stuff for the low. The only thing I buy at the pretty market is stuff like my juice, chips, stuff like this. But you can survive on the street market. You know, when you go to the pretty markets, you know, you're gonna have to pay them imported prices. Man, big salute, Lord Hybrid, man. I appreciate that. As soon as I get big, I'm gonna show the love back. I'm working on getting big right now. Big salute, Lord Hybrid. Yeah, they do say welcome. They only tell you welcome home when you embrace Africa as your home. You got some people that come here that don't embrace Africa. You got some people that come here as soon as they get off the plane and they act like it's the worst decision they ever made. I ain't gonna say flat tummies everywhere, but I'm gonna say curves everywhere. Yeah, I'm gonna say shit. Yeah, this the home of the bodies, boy. All over Africa. This the home. This where the Brazilian girls and American girls get their bodies. Yep. Yeah, majority of the women are fit in shape. Well, West Africa. East Africa, they a little lazy over there. Yeah, they a little lazy over there. I say West Africa, they got the athletic build, and East Africa, they got a lot of baby mama builds. Where you from, Mosing? Rep your city, rep your hood. That's the proper way. You coming in here like I know you. I don't know you. Hit that subscribe button as y'all tuning in, tapping in. Yeah, they real curvy. I ain't gonna say bubbly. You got some bubblicious out here, but majority curvy. Everything got curves. Mama and them got curves. Auntie and them got curves. Every now and then you might run across grandma and them. Shit, got curves. Everybody got curves out here. Shit, they got cars out here. Shit, electric cars. Burkina Faso producing their own electric cars. They figure out a way to build roads out here for free. So they building, the development is going on. Development is definitely going on. The roads in the city In the city areas where you'll feel comfortable, the roads are good. I'm out here, yeah, I'm out here living like the people. Yeah, I ain't got no problem riding on the dirt roads. That's why I say Africa's the perfect place for dirt bikes and ATVs. But they drive all the cars, BMWs. I see Maybachs out here. I see all the cars out here. Don't think, hey, Africa ain't poor. Let me tell you this. Burkina Faso ain't nobody, it's a debt-free country. Burkina Faso ain't in debt. Versus America, they trillions of dollars in debt, ain't they? So if the world economy fall, if the dollar fall, Burkina Faso won't even be affected. Now that I think about it, they don't got no dealings with the IMF and all these foreign entities when it come to banking. They don't got no strong ties. But they don't owe any money on any loans. They don't owe any money. Oh yeah, yeah. Shit, people gotta see. That's what I'm saying. When people come from America, they so used to hearing old stories, they think that hold up today. Just like I say, when you get here, it may look poor, but you're not gonna see too many people living and sleeping on the street. Versus in America, you got tent cities and all types of shit. I seen more poor people in Nairobi than I see in Burkina Faso. I seen more poor people in East Africa than I seen in West Africa. I'm gonna put it like that. See, West Africa just like going to grandma's house out there in the country. Oh yeah, they got iPhones and Huawei phones out here, man. Yeah, the phone game. One phone is for internet, the other phone is for talking in business. See, 36 trillion. Burkina Faso don't owe no debt. I stopped through Ethiopia for a day. Nairobi, Kenya. Liberia, Monrovia. Accra, Ghana. And that's it. Yeah, like going to grandma's house in the country. Like going to see your cousins that live in the country. Like say you coming from the city, right? And you go to the country to visit your cousins, your country cousins. That's what West Africa like. Yeah, you got your city, you know. But yeah, it's like shit. You got chickens running around, goats, sheep. Every now and then the cow get loose. That's why I was one like the bad family. I wonder if they know cows are too destructive. They not allowed to roam free. So somebody herds them cows to the bag family area and let them do their thing. I don't know if they noticed that in the Gambia yet, but I noticed that in Burkina Faso. Yeah, cows don't get to just roam around free. That's an emergency to go get your cows. If they break the rope or if they roaming, yeah, you better go get that. Somebody snatch that beef up. Shit. Well, God led me to Burkina Faso. Yeah, when I got here, Burkina Faso, shit. My culture shock was everybody looked like family. Back in all my immediate family, I've been seeing them right here in a whole different life. That's what messed my head up. That was my culture shock. And being around a number of black people and they calm. Going to the club, not seeing not one fight, not one argument, and niggas in there drunk. That was another culture shock. But God led me to Burkina. I ain't even like Kenya. Kenya was like America. Everything at my disposal, everything you want, Burger King, Pizza Hut, KFC, McDonald's. Yeah. But it was just felt, and then you see the hidden hands. You see the hidden hand in Kenya. If you know what to look for. Now, if you're not looking for it, you ain't gonna see it. But all my people that know what the hidden hand is, you'll see it in Kenya. Like I say, they people that have been sold to the devil. Big salute to Kenya though, but that's just truth. That's just truth. And they so nice. They're such good people that I don't think they even got the understanding or the fight to fight for their freedom like Burkina Faso. It's two different vibes. See, Burkina Faso's most beloved and favorite president before eBay was Thomas Sankara, because he wanted to give power to the people. And now people see that they don't, and now eBay here, but they don't never want to let that go again. So eBay is like a reincarnation of black power. He's a reincarnation of your Malcolm X, your Thomas Sankara, your any black revolutionary that you could think of, that you have heard of. He's a reincarnation of that. And the elders, they don't want him to go nowhere. The ones that lived through Thomas Sankara and Malcolm X and the OGs, they don't want their young brother to go nowhere. No. Yeah, you got a lot of the younger people that's like my age, a little younger. They don't really understand eBay kicking out the French and all that. But mama and them, auntie and them, grandma and them, granddaddy, they totally understand. They totally understand. They know what time it is. And then Burkina Faso seemed more freer than Kenya. Even though Kenya look good, is nice, infrastructure. Burkina Faso got good infrastructure too. Just the feeling of freedom. You do what you want here. It's set up. Burkina Faso is set up for you to succeed. That's one thing I like the most about Burkina Faso. It's set up for any black man, black woman. It's set up for us to progress. But that's part of their country slogan. Shit, cops cool. I ain't had no problem with the police. Now, if you out there being stupid, shit, yeah, the police gonna fuck with you. I ain't had no problem. Only problem I had, I was going down the wrong side of the street one day. Not paying attention to the road signs. And the bike I got, you're not supposed to drive on the main street. Like they got a side street and a main street. If your bike is under 250 cc's, you can't drive it on the street with the cars. You gotta drive it on the side, little bike. See, my bike is 125, I think, 150. So I had to pay like $5 for that. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, $10 for that. That was the going about your business. And going down the wrong side of the street, I was in the wrong. See, one thing about dealing with the police in Africa, as long as you show them respect, I was wrong, Mr. Officer, please forgive me. Take this for you and the family. They'll let you go. You give them, shit, you give them $20, $10, $20, shit, they'll let you go. They ain't like in America, shit. They gonna lock you up, then go in your house and take your shit. Well, if you don't fuck with them, who gonna secure you? Say you got beef with some villagers. If you ain't got no police or no military friends, shit, your ass finna get ran up out. Say you done invested a whole bunch of money into a business, and now you got beef with some gangsters on the street. So come on, John Henry. See, you with thinking like that, you ain't gonna make it in Africa. You wouldn't make it in Africa. Yeah, you wouldn't make it. Depending on what country you in too, because all African countries ain't the same. I can only speak for Burkina Faso. So John Henry, you ain't never been here, so you can't. Burkina Faso is not Nigeria. Totally different. Nigeria full of corruption. Now you wanna go get your pockets ran through? Yeah, go on to Nigeria. Yeah, they're gonna wear you out. Oh, I'm in the desert. I'm in the Sahel region. I'm on the border of the desert and the jungle. So rainy season is beautiful. Dry season like it is now, shit, hot. I'm hot now. And it's 10 o'clock at night. Hot. But I like the heat though. You know, I like this weather. Monrovia, rain, because you in the rainforest. It's the last rainforest on Earth that ain't really been touched on. This rainforest in Monrovia and Guinea is more diverse than the Amazon. So the weather good. Ghana got some. I went through Ghana during rainy season. Ghana was straight. But the weather is what every black person want. It don't get too cold. When it get hot, shit, jump on that bike or sit in the air conditioning. That's one reason I like going to my spot in town, because they be having AC blowing. Until I get an AC in the crib, I need to get a portable air conditioner. I'm waiting on my boy to get some more in, because as soon as they touch down, the word of mouth spreads so quick, by the end of the day, he sold out. So he waiting on some more to come in, some more air conditioners on the wheels. I gotta get one of those. That shit in Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, in the desert, but that portable AC is a must. My bills, my rent here for this 1 bedroom, even though I live in a compound with 3 other families. Matter of fact, my neighbors in the middle right here, but they got to fight another. The old lady and her 2 sons fought the 2 college, the 1 college student. Their homeboys was gone. But the one dude, he held his own though. It was 2 on 1. He held his own. They couldn't get him on the ground. It happened so quick, y'all, I couldn't even record it. But my bills, shit, here, I got living room, bedroom, bathroom, $100 a month. Water bill, like $25. Electric bill, $25. So $150 a month. And then, you know, food all depends on how I want to eat. I don't eat out. You know, not unless somebody want me to review a food spot or a buffet spot, or if I come across some extra money, I'll go do a food review or something. But bills, my little YouTube check, it pretty much damn near cover the bills. It at least pay the rent. Until I get about 10, 20,000 subs, then I could be like, okay. Yeah. Once I get to 100,000 subs, I'm gonna get the whole floor. If the whole floor is still available, by the time I reach 100,000 subs, God willing, I reach 100,000 subs. If the whole floor at the building I be at, the coffee shop, if the whole floor still open, I'm gonna get the whole floor. Oh, I pay month to month. You can pay the year, but see, the way me and my dude got it set up, because I got a good vibe, I could go whenever I want. See, when you pay yearly, you gotta sign a contract. So month to month, they already got security deposits and all that. I've been here shit for a minute. So whenever I go out, shit, I'm gone. Yeah, I pay month to month though. There is spots that you could pay 6 months. There is spots you could pay up to a year. You do got those options. And then one reason I'm doing month to month, because I didn't expect that it would take this long to get all my paperwork. So God willing, in short time here, I'll be moving to a compound, privacy. Yeah, I have my own compound. You know, see, my dude that own this, you know, he pretty much family. So, you know, that's what you call making relationships when you come. Man, appreciate that, John Henry. Appreciate that. But with that being said, y'all, look, that's my time, man. Shit, I'm finna lay it down, man. Turn these lights off and get cool. Shit, I might jump in the shower real quick and cool off, cause it's hot, boy. If you don't like heat, then I would recommend come to Burkina Faso during rain season. Cause summertime, yeah, this is the hottest place on earth. I kind of deal with heat, but boy, you want some relief sometimes. That's why I say, if I had an air conditioner, I'd be all right. But by me not having no air conditioner, yeah, it takes some getting used to. Yeah, it takes some getting used to. I ain't even gonna lie. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. But yeah, that's my time though, y'all. So I hope we learned something. I hope I've been some type of motivation. Holler at me in the comments. Let me know what I didn't cover. Hit me on the email, John Henry. P.O. boxes, I think. Matter of fact, next time I go to the post office, I was supposed to check on that last time, but I ain't even get to check. But hit me on the email. And well, shit, whatever you want to send, shit, you send it on through. But I gotta give you I gotta screen you first. Make sure you official, you know what I'm saying? Because the information I gotta give you to send stuff to me, or I could just use my partner name. But we'll work it out. We'll work it out. Yeah, because if you send me something, I gotta give you my passport information, and I can't just give that to anybody. But I'm gonna check on the P.O. box. If anybody want to send anything, tools, jewelry making tools, hand tools, power tools, anything to make jewelry, is the only thing I'm requesting. If you're gonna send something, but with that being said, y'all, that's my time. Salute to the chat. Salute to Laura Hybrid. Salute to John Henry. Big salute to my sis Mimi. Big salute to everybody that tuned in, tapped in. Big salute to everybody who interacted and engaged. Holla at me in the comments. Holla at me in the email. Any questions you may ask. If you get to asking too many questions, then I'm gonna have to charge you for consultation, because I'm certified for that too. Anybody interested in doing business, holla at me. I'm certified, stamped and approved, got my paperwork. Can't speak for nobody else. I can only speak for myself. I love y'all, man. Salute to the chat. Man, big salute, Lord Hybrid. I'm glad I could give insight or enlightenment on anything. Hey, Lord Hybrid, man, hey, holler at me anytime. Where you bless the super chat. Hit my email anytime, man, and we could swap ideas or information. I'm all about doing business though. This the straight dedicated to business channel. Yeah. Armor of God Jewelry Company, where we make the finest and rawest heirloom jewelry. Would you like to add some drop to your drip? Oh, that was hard. Would you like to add some drop to your drip? Would you like to add some slang to your drip? Holla at your boy. Salute, chat. Salute, y'all. Love y'all, man. And y'all stay tuned. We'll be back. We'll be back. Yeah, this is Straight Business Channel. Hey, I'm just coming up with catchphrases for these upcoming commercials I'm working on. Yeah, see, I'm official now. Now it's time to promote, push and promote. Yeah, time to start making these commercials for Instagram and YouTube. So salute y'all, man. I love y'all, man, and y'all stay tuned. Holla at me in the comment section. Holla at me on the email. I love y'all, man. Salute to the chat. Salute everybody with their humble heart, man. Lord Hybrid, man, salute. John Henry, salute. My sis, salute. Salute to the chat. Salute everybody tuning in, tapped in. Love y'all, man. Live from the front lines of the revolution, Burkina Faso. That chat went hard. That chat was lit. But we was learning all the business. Big, bitch. $1 million.